Good afternoon or good evening, football fans. Big Al here on this Monday, October 13th, 2025, and welcome to the Week 8 college football rankings. We'll be looking at both the Associated Press Top 25 and the AFCA Coaches Poll after 7 weeks of action, as we are officially in the midway portion of the college football season. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. And off we go with a look at the college football rankings entering Week 8. And we will start with the AP Top 25. And there are no changes with the top 2 teams in the country, as the Ohio State Buckeyes remain number 1. 6-0 record, 1,631 points, and 50 first place votes. Ohio State dominated Illinois, winning 34-16 in Champaign on Saturday, and this week their road trip continues into Madison as they face the Wisconsin Badgers. No change at number 2 either with the Miami Hurricanes. 5-0 record, 1,582 points, and 13 first place votes. They were off in week 7. And they'll be back at it at home this week against the Louisville Cardinals. Jumping 4 spots to number 3 are the Indiana Hoosiers, 6-0 record, 1,531 points, and 3 first place votes. They went into Eugene last week and beat Oregon 30-20, and this week they will host the Michigan State Spartans. Up one spot to number 4 are the Texas A&M Aggies. 6-0 record, 1,433 points. They defeated Florida 34-17, and this week they are at Arkansas. Down a spot to number 5, the Ole Miss Running Rebels. 6-0 record, 1,331 points. They defeated Washington State 24-21 in a game where I thought they were going to lose. Now they get a tough test in Athens this week against Georgia, and I'll tell you where the Bulldogs rank shortly. Up 2 spots to number 6 are the Alabama Crimson Tide. 5-1 record, 1,315 points. They defeated Missouri 27-24, and this week they will host Tennessee, and more on where the Volunteers rank shortly. Up 2 spots to number 7 are the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 6-0 record, 1,266 points. They blew out Kansas 42-17 in week 7 this week. They're visiting the desert to face the Arizona State Sun Devils. Dropping 5 spots to number 8, the Oregon Ducks. 5-1 record, 1,175 points. That's after Saturday's 30-20 home loss to Indiana. This week they are taking a trip cross-country to play Rutgers. Up 1 spot to number 8, up 1 spot to number 9 are the Georgia Bulldogs. 5-1 record, 1,148 points. They beat Auburn at Jordan-Hare 20-10. This week, they will host 5th-ranked Ole Miss. That's going to be a fun game. Also up a spot to number 10 and staying in the SEC, we have the LSU Tigers. 5-1 record, 1,012 points. They beat South Carolina 20-10, and this week they face a ranked SEC opponent when they face Vanderbilt. More on where the Commodores landed shortly. Hey, Anna, what's up? Up 1 spot to number 11, you have the Tennessee Volunteers. 5-1 record, 939 points. They defeated Arkansas 34-31 in a shootout. This week, they head to Tuscaloosa to face 6th-ranked Alabama. Up 1 spot to number 12, you have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. 6-0 record, 904 points. They would beat Virginia Tech last week, 35-20, and this week they are at Duke. Up 3 spots to number 13, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 4-2 record, 793 points. They blew out NC State 36-7, and now they will host their longtime rivals, the USC Trojans, on Saturday night. And I'll tell you where the Mighty Men of Troy landed in the polls, as they are ranked. They are one of 5 new teams ranked. More on that shortly. The biggest drop in the AP poll are the Oklahoma Sooners, tumbling 8 spots to number 14. 5-1 record, 786 points. Of course, they lost to Texas in the Red River rivalry, 23-6. They'll try and get back on track at South Carolina this week. Up 3 spots to number 15, you have the BYU Cougars. 6-0 record, 655 points. They beat Arizona in overtime, 33-27 down in Tucson, and this week they'll return home to face Utah. We'll tell you where they landed shortly, as they are also one of the 5 newcomers in the AP poll this week. Down 2 spots to number 16, the Missouri Tigers. 5-1 record, 649 points. They lost at home to Alabama, 27-24, and this week they will face Alabama's other SEC representative, the Auburn Tigers. Moving up 3 spots to number 17, you have the Vanderbilt Commodores. 5-1 record, 547 points. They were off in week 7. They're back at it, hosting 10th ranked LSU. That's going to be a fun game as well. And up 1 spot to number 18 are the Virginia Cavaliers. 5-1 record, 521 points. They were also off in week 7. They will host a Washington State team that nearly beat Ole Miss on the road last week. Up 5 spots to number 19, and I think this is the biggest jump in the AP poll, and that's the South Florida Bulls. 5-1 record, 398 points. They blew out North Texas 63-36, and this week they'll host Florida Atlantic. Alright, this is the first of the 5 newcomers in the AP poll this week. You have the USC Trojans at number 20. 5-1 record, 361 points. They, of course, defeated Michigan 31-13. And this week, they'll travel to South Bend to face 13th ranked Notre Dame. Returning to the AP poll at number 21 are the Texas Longhorns. 4-2 record, 319 points. They beat Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry, 23-6. And they have a road game this week at Kentucky. Up 1 spot to number 22 are the Memphis Tigers. 6-0 record, 285 points. They were off last week. They're traveling down to Birmingham to face UAB in week number 8. The remaining 3 teams are all newcomers, including the Utah Utes at number 23. 5-1 record, 261 points. They blew out Arizona State 42-10. This week they visit Provo to face their long-standing rivals, the 15th ranked BYU Cougars, in a game known as the Holy War. The Cincinnati Bearcats are new to the AP poll at number 24. 5-1 record, 184 points. They won an ugly game against UCF 20-11, and this week they travel to Oklahoma State. And also new into the AP at number 25 are the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 5-1 record, 149 points. They defeated Maryland in College Park 34-31, and this week they're off to the Twin Cities to face Minnesota. 5 teams, as a result, fell from the Associated Press Top 25, including the Michigan Wolverines, previously at number 15, the Illinois Fighting Illini, previously at number 17, the Arizona State Sun Devils, previously at 21, The Iowa State Cyclones, previously at 22, and the Florida State Seminoles, previously at number 25. Hello, Anna. How are you? As for the others receiving votes category, the two highest ranked teams to fall out of the AP are Illinois and Michigan. Illinois has 113 points, while Michigan has 73. Michigan's next opponent, Washington, has 36 points. Then it's UNLV with 30, Navy with 11, Mississippi State with 8, and then you have Tulane and San Diego State, each with 2 points. Okay, on to the AFCA Coaches Poll for week number 8. And there is no change with the number 1 team, which is, of course, Ohio State. 6-0 record, 1,646 points, and 63 first place votes. Miami is up 1 spot to number 2. 5-0 record, 1,566 points, and 2 first place votes. Up 4 spots to number 3 is Indiana. 6-0 record, 1,492 points, and 1 first place vote. Next, up a spot to number 4, Texas A&M. 6-0 record, 1,417 points. Mississippi, or Ole Miss, drops a spot to number 5. 6-0 record, 1,389 points. The next 3 teams are all up 2 spots. Alabama is at number 6 at 5-1 and 1,280 points. Georgia moves to number 7, 5-1 record and 1,198 points. And Texas Tech is at number 8, 6-0 record, 1,183 points. The Oregon Ducks dropped 7 spots to number 9, 5-1 record, 1,154 points, and that's after Saturday's home loss to Indiana. LSU is up 1 spot to number 10, 5-1 record, 1,062 points. Tennessee is up a spot to number 11, 5-1 record, 962 points. Just ahead of Georgia Tech, also up a spot to number 12, 6-0 record, 951 points. Also taking a 7-point drop to number 13 is Oklahoma, 5-1 record, 781 points. Up 4 spots to number 14 is BYU, 6-0 record, 720 points. Moving up 1 spot to number 15 is Notre Dame, 4-2 record, 661 points. Down a couple to number 16 is Missouri, 5-1 record, 585 points. Up 2 spots to number 17 is Texas, 4-2 record, 519 points. Vanderbilt is also up 2 spots to number 18, 5-1 record, 498 points. The biggest jump in the coaches poll goes to both Virginia and Memphis, both moving up 5 spots. Virginia is at number 19, 5-1 record, 415 points, while Memphis moves up to number 20 with a 6-0 record at 337 points. The next 4 teams are newcomers, including USC at number 21, 5-1 record, 310 points. Utah at number 22, 5-1 record, 298 points. South Florida at 23, 5-1 record, 234 points. And Cincinnati at number 24, 5-1 record, 169 points. Illinois has the biggest drop in the coaches poll this week, falling 8 spots to number 25. They are 5-2 with 151 points. All right, so we had 4 teams fall from the coaches poll, including Michigan, previously at 15, Iowa State, previously at 21, Penn State, previously at 22, and Arizona State, previously at 23. Others receiving votes include Michigan at 119, Nebraska 90, Washington 85, UNLV 43, Navy also with 43, Louisville with 18, Tulane 17, Arizona State 17, Duke 11, Iowa 9, Iowa State 7, Clemson 6, Houston 4, and then you have TCU, Pittsburgh, and San Diego State all with 1 point. And that's a look at the Week 8 college football rankings from both the Associated Press and the AFCA Coaches Polls. I'll be back tomorrow with my Week 6 NFL recap, where we'll look at all the team and statistical numbers from every game across the NFL in week number 6. That's coming up tomorrow on the week that was, so join me for that. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. Oh, and also tomorrow, we will have the Week 8 college football television schedule and the announcers for every game this weekend. So, join me for that as well. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.